Hey, folks, just a friendly reminder that all shows on the Madness Comic Network are produced by their individual hosts and in no way reflect the opinions of the network as a whole. The statements in the following broadcast are not necessarily the opinions of the Madness Comic Network, its staff, sponsors, or contributors. This show is rated TVMA, as are all of them and all those other letters. Viewer discretion is highly advised. And, just do what Doc says. Read that again. Peace, everybody.
Warriors, just as the light gets lowered, that's when they all take over. At night, the fighting begins. There's no telling which side will win. Some good, some bad, some crazy, some rad. Commandos and bandits, they both just gotta have it. 9 to 5 warriors. They're your 9 to 5 warriors. Custard, it's always mischief. A razor may try to fix it. It's mayhem in an all-this mosh pit. These are your 9 to 5 warriors. Gentle electricity, brought them all to life, you see. This is how they came to be, brought to this reality. It happens every day from 9 to 5.
Thunder Nerds Ho! How's it going, everybody?
Good.
I think I scared the crap out of Pumira.
Yeah, you did.
All right, another episode of Geek-Men and the Masses of the Thunder Nerds. And as you know, we have Pumira and Zombie all hanging out here with me. And we got Mom in the chat saying Happy Friday, y'all. How's it going?
It's my Sunday.
Tuesday.
All y'all with your confusing days and times and schedules are messing with my mind.
Yeah. It's probably about a 10 about 10 a.m. Tuesday morning for me. So yeah, talk about screwed up schedule.
Yeah. So, what's been going on, y'all?
Well, I am medicated and caffeinated. So,
did you see that there's a I don't know if I sent this to you or not. The caffeinated butt plug, essentially.
The suppository, yeah.
The suppository. And the dude's like saying, "Oh yeah, don't give these to your troops."
Forces,
yeah.
Go ahead, give them to them.
Right, that's I don't see a problem, right?
Yeah, no, I don't see a problem at all. Give it to them. That should be standard issue.
Right. I mean, back when, let's see, a few years ago when butt chugging was popular, I don't see why can't you do caffeine.
Welcome to ADHD theater, folks.
Yeah.
For real.
We have fun here.
Yes, we do.
But anyway,
So I did a little plug myself last night at the Whatnot show with Omega Level Toys. We were trying to sell you some toys, some Mythic Legions, some Cosmic Legions.
Yeah.
We had a few sales, right
Omega
there.
Level Toys.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, man, that stream was like 4 hours long. So
Oh,
I'm
boy.
surprised I have a voice to talk to you tonight with.
Right.
But yeah, no, I it was right there at the end,
And it's more
he asked me where can we find more of you, and I'm like, we do 2 shows a week on Geek-Men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. We have Freaking Figures on Monday, it's our toy show, and then ADHD Theater where we talk about movies Friday night.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're about.
Yep.
And the random interview, we did have an interview this past week with Brandon Broswell from 9 to 5 Warriors, whom I plugged at the beginning of the show earlier before we played our intro. They're just a fun toy line that needs some more attention. They're very, very, very close. I wouldn't normally talk about this on our movie night, but they're very close to crossing the 100% funded. So they're on Kickstarter. Yeah, they're getting there. They were earlier when I checked, they were at like 90 some percent. So
wow,
that's pretty good.
Yeah,
how many
for
days
sure.
do they have left?
I'll have to look that up. No,
they remind me a lot of
Food
that Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh, wow!
That's what
Yeah,
they remind me of.
Yeah, for sure.
Master Cake and Meat Wad and.
That's true.
What was the
gumball machine that I actually have the stuffed animal for that it is floating around my kid's room somewhere.
Oh, okay.
All right, but no, I want to go to no,
and I mean that with the utmost respect because
yeah, totally.
I mean that was a popular fucking show. A lot of people love that crazy ass stuff. So I mean, if you guys watching, I mean that with the utmost respect.
Just I think they're watching because right now they are at some convention. I saw he was at some convention. I think it's in Ohio. It's the Cincinnati whatever thing they have going on down there. So they're out having fun down there. And I wish them all the best. And hopefully their Kickstarter continues to break the record and break the threshold.
Go check them out. They're fun, cool little things. Toss him a few bucks, help him get funded because he really wants to get those made.
Yeah. And
just trying to pull it up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
sent you the task.
I lost my track because I'm trying to talk. So yeah, there's 6 days to go. And they are just shy that their goal is $45,000, and they're at 41. So they're very, very, very close.
Yeah, that's not very far, Kickstarter wise.
Yeah, for sure.
Not very far away.
Yeah.
In 6 days. I think
6 days.
I think they'll make it.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, plus, there's still the contributions from anytime you pledge on do a pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store. I think that's getting played into their overall number as well.
Okay.
So I do think they'll end up getting funded for sure. I will do this, share screen, share, and share. And then I have to do one more share.
Good boy.
Share. Okay. So yeah. very, very, very close. And I love these two pencil brothers because my earbud. One is the number 2, and the other one has the eraser head, and the other one's just the nub that broke off at some point. And so he's sharpened on both sides, and he's the bandit.
For a second, I thought you were doing voices for him whenever you was talking about your earbud. Oh, he's doing voices.
Oh, yeah. So this bouncy ball guy, he first of all looks very much like my bouncy ball that I had. It was that big.
There's
it was like
meatball.
this big. And well, he does look like a meatball, but this is Bounce. He reminds me of Ram Man from Masters of the Universe, because in the little intro that they do, they have him like all dizzy and his eyes are bouncing around his head. And so it's just like, oh, that is exactly like, how many times have I seen that in Masters of the Universe on screen? So it's like it fits, and it's great. But anywho, I'll remove that and save it for our Monday conversation. So are you watching anything?
I struggled to get both of these movies watched this week, just because we were so busy. With so there's been a sickness sweeping through the house, and we've had to deal with that on top of a few other things. So I had to carve out time to get these things watched.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Well, plus, our we've only got the one TV with all of the premium stuff, so I had to wait for everybody else to go to bed to get my turn with the TV.
Yeah.
See, when it's on, if we pick something that's like Tubi, I've got that in my workroom here, so I can just put that on whenever I want, because it's Anyway, but no, I haven't watched anything. What about y'all?
We have a busy schedule. There are a ton of shows we're watching. We're watching High Potential. I'm not going to get into it. We're watching High Potential, Only Murders in the Building, Lois and Clark,
Superman and Lois.
Yeah, Superman and Lois.
Right.
Not the Lois and Clark, but same thing.
Or is it Lois and Superman?
It's Superman and Lois.
Okay.
WB.
Yeah, it's on the WB. It's its final season, so they managed to get in enough episodes to just be like, okay, we're going to set this many episodes. We'll cut back some of the staff and just go full bore and try to put everything they can into it. So that's what they're doing. They're calling it. And I think that's largely because of James Gunn stepping in and taking the helm. I don't believe that I don't think he wants there to be multiple Supermen in the universe at the same time, which is why Henry Cavill's gone, and his David Cornsweet is his new guy. And speaking of which, they introduced Crypto, the dog.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a picture of Superman and Crypto sitting on the moon or something, it looks like. Yeah. So
looking at Earth.
Yeah. So that's a cool little
I mean,
nugget.
Do they not know that DC had the Crisis on Infinite Earths storyline? So, I mean, there can be multiple of the same character.
Yeah, I know. And they actually did a version of that on the CW. And
right. I get that. I know. I'm just, who the fuck am I?
I think he's hesitant to do that because and it's weird because the campaign and story is telling a completely different thing. So like the media is telling one thing and then he's, saying one thing. So I'm not quite sure what the deal is, but because people are pushing for there to be a Smallville reunion where they do like another season of Smallville, but it's just animated. But he isn't really into that. And even though there was Man of Steel and Smallville very close together, and even though I don't know, there's a ton of other examples, but
let's not give the fans what they're actually asking for. That's a really great strategy, DC.
yeah, I'm hesitant, but I will say that
it's a bold strategy, DC. Let's see if it pays off.
Yeah, well, I am pleased about their casting. They casted several. I almost said Rangers. No, they casted several Green Lanterns. I almost said Green Rangers again. No, they almost cast several Green Lanterns, and so there's all three of them are phenomenal, especially Jon Stewart. I could totally see. I mean, granted, I was always rooting for Idris Elba to be John Lantern.
He's getting kind of up there in age, though, I think.
But exactly. So they're bringing everyone down and cutting out Man of Steel because Henry Cavill's in his 40s and all that. So it's like, all right, yeah, that makes sense. But I know people were rooting for Pattinson to be the DC Batman, and I'm just like, how about no? Because just no. I mean, he can have his own movie, which I feel like it's getting.
Are you upset because Batman didn't sparkle?
No. No, I'm glad they didn't.
What'd your mom
I'm glad they
say?
didn't do that. But
did she type anything?
No.
What?
Did your mom type anything?
Oh no.
About Robert Pattinson and Batman?
No, she didn't. She's probably watching Blacklist to try to catch up to me.
Yeah, she said, haha. She said,
Love
haha.
you.
There you
go. But anyway, so okay, this is a side note.
ADD note.
Yes. However, let me see if I can do this quickly.
Good God! Speaking of which, I knew this was going to happen. Keep going.
Okay.
I'm thinking, me personally, like there was something that I knew I needed to do before the show, and I'm at work, and I'm going, okay, I need to think of something to remind myself to check before the show, and I'm thinking, yeah, right, the show's going to get going, and then I'm going to remember to do it, and if I don't do it while we're live, I'm going to forget again. So forgive me. My ADHD moment is right now. I'm going to dig for something. So go ahead.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. So here's the okay, so she says, "You're so funny. This is your first time watching Blacklist, and it's my fourth." Yeah, well, it is what it is.
There we go.
Oh, I remember. There we go. Let me find somewhere to put the phone.
That's the right side.
And then I'll do this. And where is... Oh, duh. I could just do this. I'm dumb.
Yeah, I found what I was looking for. This is only the second box. Woohoo!
Okay.
That's pretty good.
There is some order to the chaos.
Let's see. Present. Share screen. Window. No, I don't want to do that.
What are you sharing?
I'm trying to share this thing that I wanted to talk about, but I need to pull it up, and I don't. How do I do this?
Oh, excuse me. Wow, you
Sorry.
cannot see this guy.
Okay, here we go.
He's a big
And
one.
then,
I just realized he's camouflaged.
oh yeah, nice.
There we go. I'll just set him right here.
Hey,
Nope, can't see him.
he looks like somebody.
I chose him because of one of the creature from one of the movies. I don't have like any demon thing that looks just like that. So he's got horns.
Yeah, he does.
He's a horny
tall.
boy.
Screen. Share screen. Share screen. Window. Here we go. Share. Okay. So here we go. Here is the thing I wanted to share. Mom says it's an amazing figure.
Yeah. He's a big demony magician wizard, whatever.
All right. So here we go. This is actual movie talk. Here we go. This is Robert Pattinson's bat gloves that he has gauntlets. And I just thought like it looks so ingenious. Like he has his grapple gun built into his arm so that way he can, and then here, these things up here, those are lines that he can then reload into the gun. And apparently they show that in the movie. He takes out selects a thing off of his sleeve and then injects it like into the wrist of the figure and then shoots another line. But I thought that was just so cool. Not to mention he's basically got brass knuckles. And I just thought this was ingenious. Like it takes mad, insane level of genius to invent something like that. And he's not Peter Parker, but in this case, he is like Peter Parker because he's essentially swinging like Batman across Spider-Man across rooftops.
I did not pay enough attention to that movie. I'm gonna have to watch it again, I guess.
Yeah. So I just thought that was a really nice and very cool detail that this was worked in, and this is actually in like a making of Batman book. Let me see what it says here. Let's see. A clear image showing the whole mechanism underneath. And he says, where did you find the detail? It's blah, blah, blah. These are from the Art of the Batman book. It contains loads of little sketches and his gadgets, and he suggests picking it up. So I definitely am interested in picking this up because I love details like this. Mm-hmm. I mean, not only does he have this, I mean, there's he has like the like shocker type in his fingers, so that way when he's like trying to fight off a bunch of people, he can shock someone and like take them out. So I thought that was really cool, and just this whole concept of loading the bat grapple and then having it on his wrist, I just thought was, rather than have it on his belt that he takes off, and because that's like the most iconic thing, he has it on his belt, takes it off, shoots it, and it's just like, that's cool. But this, I think, is wildly better. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Grey Wolf.
Hello, Grey Wolf.
So, anyway, that's my 2 cents on the Batman movie here. I hope to. It's like I was thinking like just the small detail that in the Batman Begins of how he has his gauntlets and the blades on his gauntlets. I thought this would have been so much cooler to focus on at some point in that movie. Like, even if it's just him and he's reviewing the footage and he's assembling and working on his gadget on his desk. I thought that would have been really cool. Just as he's working and then he's reviewing his contact data on his switch thing. So I just thought that would have been awesome. But
his Switch thing.
Yeah.
what did I say? Well, oh, his TV, his little TV thing. Yeah, whatever. You knew what I meant.
Yeah, no, I did. It was funny.
Live on X.
Hey, all right.
All right. So, yeah.
I mean, who knows what got cut from the movie, you know? I mean, they could have focused on that at some point and were like, it's cool, but let's cut it. The movie's long enough.
Right. No, I totally get that.
You could totally Lord of the Rings it and just go, here's a 4-hour cut. There you go, folks. What is up with my camera?
I don't know. There you go. Yeah, well, I mean, like, I just thought that would have been cool. And I mean, there's already like a 4-hour super cut there's 4 hours worth of content of the original prequels of Star Wars 1, 2, and 3. So it's like to have those be full-fledged movies with every scene. It's like, please give me this, please. And
you're a fan and you're asking for it, and you.
I know it's such a weird concept, right?
I know, right?
You
don't know what you want. Here, we're gonna give you what you need to see. You know?
Right.
Forget about what you want to see.
All right. So, I guess no dairy. I still haven't heard from him. I was hoping he would maybe pop in before we started talking about this movie, but because he chose Salem's Lot a couple weeks ago, he was wanting to watch that. So we chose it thinking that if all went well, he would be back from his side mission, his side quest. But we'll leave it. Let's leave that for the second, and maybe we'll hear from him. How about let's talk about the ritual, get things kicked off.
Okay.
And this was your movie, so what do you say? Oh,
yeah, it was definitely interesting. What's happened? What did I miss?
Nothing.
What did I cause?
Nothing.
You said,
Oh, no, I just was like, I need to bring up the thing for the movies. And
no, it was definitely interesting. It did not disappoint in that kind of, man, I'm a mess tonight. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Time will tell.
Yeah, no.
Wow, that's it?
Heavily medicated, remember?
So, Pumara, do you want to give it a shot at sort of recapping this movie?
Well, it starts off with 4 or 5 friends meeting up after, I think they're just hanging out, just to hang out, right? Like trying to reconnect or whatever after high school or college.
Well, yeah, it was in a pub. They were all frat brothers or something.
Okay, exactly. And then they go to a liquor store. 2 of them go to a liquor store. One gets shot, and the other one is blamed throughout the whole movie on how it was his fault that his friend died or whatever. So they decided to go hiking in Switzerland, right?
Yeah. The plan was to go hiking, but that was
That was the guy that died. That was his idea.
That was
And
his idea, and that's why
do
they
it.
went on that trip.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
So then they decided to put a shrine, or like not a shrine, but like a memorial piece on top of the mountain in
Same
Switzerland,
difference.
and decided to take a shortcut through the woods back to the lodge. And
Well, it wasn't. It was the plan was to.
Short.
One of them got hurt.
Yeah.
And that's why
Yeah.
they were looking for a shortcut, because they had still had a bunch of hiking on the plan, on the itinerary.
Yeah, to get back
Yeah.
to the lodge.
Yeah.
I told him, suck it up, Buttercup, walk it off.
Right.
Dude, who cares if your knee's purple? Anyway.
Yeah.
Then
I
they
see y'all have
found
sympathy.
a couple houses, and
I mean, there was no like, oh, we could fashion you a crutch, you know? There's plenty
No,
of
they
wood
just gave him
around
a
us,
stick.
You know?
Gave him his hiking stick. He was good.
Well, let's go through this uncharted patch of woods here. It'll be great. We've got a compass that's wigging out. We'll totally be fine.
Yeah, totally.
Anyway, yeah.
Totally
They come
reasonable.
across this monster.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, and then they come across this monster that looks like he has a turkey upside down for a face, hands. He made me want Thanksgiving early.
So, I don't think this movie was the one. This is the 2024 version. I don't know if David Soul is in that.
No.
Of course, I also haven't done homework to look it up, but I do have an internet. But
that's probably the one from the
that's
the
what I
late
thought
70s.
too. Yeah. Well, and see, there was someone in the chat last week that said, my vote for the scariest movie of all time would be Salem's Lot. And it's just like, I was like thinking, oh, I got something for you, because we're watching Salem's Lot this week. So,
but it might have been, the original.
Yeah, I do think it was the original, obviously, because
I know there was that one, and then there was one in 2004 with Rob Lowe. That one's like a 3-hour
really
deal to go through.
Rob Lowe right now.
And then this one, 2024. Anyway, The Ritual. We'll get to Salem's Lot in a minute, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Yeah. So the creature, I found the creature's design interesting, which was what drew me to pick this movie anyway. Because remember, I saw the thing online somewhere, if not friend, wife, friend shape. I'm like, he needs a hug. Come here. Yeah. There's a burning building behind him, and he turns and looks at you, and it's like a giant deer with a guy stuck to his face or something. That's awesome.
Elk. Yeah.
Well, I think it was. And then they went in the cabin, and they had that weird statue.
That was a shrine.
Yeah, that was a shrine.
Yeah.
And that was an altar.
Yeah.
Right, that was definitely an altar for sure.
Yeah.
And so one dude is like
buck ass naked praying to it.
Yeah, he's just like another one got like stabbed in the chest
with a claw,
when he was investigating his guilt outside. And that's the best way I can describe. He was having visions of
flashbacks, right?
His flashbacks of what happened back then that he still felt guilty and just tore up about. And that's when he was like stabbed in his chest, and he had like this little circle type pattern on his chest. And another dude was like completely had pissed himself, and another dude's over there going, oh, and shouting his wife's name and all that. So they don't actually get into everyone's business. They don't go, it's not like a sit down and share our feelings story. So they never did that. Had they actually done that, maybe they might have been like, okay, let's just get out of here.
Well, they're men, so.
Right. Still. I don't know if I would want to relive all that, but still.
Yeah, they don't like reveal things until it's way too late.
And way
It's
too late for it to matter to anyone. They're like,
Yeah.
well, by the way, I did see myself dying, and then my wife was calling out to me, and that's why I was calling my wife. Wait. You were dying? What's this now? Like, let's back up. What? It's just like, they don't even reveal that until the end of the movie.
It's just a nightmare. Don't worry about it. It's just a nightmare.
Yeah,
Deal with it.
hallucinating.
Walk it off.
Walk it off.
Walk it off.
Oh, I don't know.
And the one guy that's like the tough outdoorsy guy is the one that pissed himself.
Yeah.
Who was also the first to die, by the way.
Right.
It's like, oh my god, what is going on?
So they have to take him down off the tree where he was hanging.
I mean, he was strung up like a fleshy pinata with all of his candy guts spilt out.
Yep.
Was that the first death?
Yeah.
I thought there was a different guy that died first.
Nope.
And then he was the second one.
Nope.
I don't know. I couldn't keep track of half of these characters.
He was strung up in the tree like the deer that they came across.
Yeah. Oh, okay. The first one was a deer. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
The second one was him.
Right.
Okay. So let me see if it might be obviously too late, but
Not to the rooster.
that's true.
We're right on time.
Always.
So another sidetrack is I actually interviewed the dude that this is on topic. Be quiet. And I'm bleeding over here. Gosh, what's your problem?
Oh, you want me to get you a Band-Aid?
No, it's just a little blood. And it's my own fault.
Walk it off.
Yeah.
Walk it off.
I'm just, we're good. So anyway, I actually interviewed Adam Neville, the person who wrote the book that inspired this movie. So I had reached out to him and I just checked again. He hasn't checked his messages yet because he's very active and he is like never on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. So he's very rarely on. And it's just a miracle that I caught him the first time. So I thought it would be fun to interview or see if he would come on our show just to talk about it. But he hasn't
review your movie with us.
Well, I figured it would only be bad if Derry was here because he would probably be like, yeah, this movie was crap or something, it's like, he is the author. Have you read the book? But I don't know if he actually had a whole lot of involvement with it. So this is not besides the point. But
he probably hates this fucking movie.
I don't know.
Would have been nice to have his input.
It would have. Excuse me.
It never works out for us because I reached out to somebody that worked on Dog Soldiers, and he was like, "Nah, mate, I ain't got time." Like, all right, whatever, dude.
I know it never does it, but I like when these things do happen. They do happen on occasion, and it's usually just by random happen chance that it does. So, but you never know. I did think this movie was worth watching again because I did watch it originally when it first came out. And so I watched it again. And I found it good, just as good the second time as I did the first time. So I actually really liked it. Where's the window? Oh, here we go. So, excuse me, I'm coughing. What y'all thinking? Pumara, how about you go first?
4.5.
4.5. So, 4.5. Exceptional, well-crafted work.
Yeah.
Enriching, transformative. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
How
Zombie,
did
what
that
about you?
creature-
I
creature
am.
make them.
Huh?
What'd you
I
say?
was just gonna say, how'd the creature make them relive their fears, or
Oh,
Yeah.
no. I would probably say I'm coming to realize I'm a harsh rater, probably because I'm just dead inside. And I don't feel anything when I'm watching any of these movies. Like I remember watching stuff when I was younger and my heart would race and I would feel, like anxiety. I am just dead and numb inside.
Yeah, no,
I,
I feel that.
I,
I feel
I'm
that. I
probably
very rarely get creeped out by things, which is why I'm, not opposed to horror. I mean, okay, so I feel like it's a whole different level when you go to write something and the hair on your arm and back of your neck is standing up and you're just so freaked out by what is in your head that you're writing that it's hard to compare what other people find as scary and to watch other people's opinions of scary, because it's like I've thought up crazier stuff than what's going on right now. And so,
uh,
like,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. I'm very much feeling what you're saying because I constantly have to fight the intrusive thoughts quite a bit to not, let them win. Although
The intrusive thoughts won last night.
sometimes it slips. There's like, a little finger pokes out. But no, I would probably give it. I'd say probably 3.5. It was pretty good. I liked it. I didn't hate it.
Yeah, no, I would agree.
I thought it was interesting.
See,
I've seen worse. I mean, I don't know what to say.
yeah, no, for sure. And so I have a second method of looking at these things. So I have the rating chart there, right? But when I was going through and remembering back on things that stuck out to me, I was thinking, wait, I was thinking about that creature and how it like moved between the branches and stuff like that, and how it just, I was like, that's kind of eerie, like to be in that position where you're looking and you're looking and you're looking, all of a sudden you see something move, and it's just like, okay, that tree was not supposed to move. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, yeah, I respect that. So I'll say, I'll give it 4 stars. Where's the 4-star? Great, exciting, right? Is that 4?
yeah.
Okay, great, exciting. Yeah. So I wouldn't say enlightening or memorable achievement, but it was great for sure. I do think it was, well, it was very good. I wouldn't say great, but it was I still agree with the other stuff, because when I looked back at that movie, it's just like I remember looking into the trees in my backyard and then like remembering that scene,
Oh
and
boy.
it's just like, because we have very similar trees in our backyard, and so it's like that would be creepy if I saw something move. And so like my eyes are always like looking at all the trees and stuff, and so it's like I was like, okay, I can see how that would be scary. That would mess with your head. So
Yeah.
that's why I give it the bump up, so to speak.
I'm probably a little numb to stuff like that too, because I may not look it, but I have spent a lot of time out in the wilderness and woods and stranded places and wishing
no.
you weren't and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
In kind of a related note, like I'm always seeing animals and stuff before other people do. Like I
Yeah.
almost instantly spot them. again, because I've spent a lot of time out, out in the woods and everything, and where I live, everything out there either is more afraid of you than you are of it, or wants to kill you. So,
Right.
you
You have
you
to kind
don't
of be
go,
aware of your situation and surroundings.
you don't go swimming in water you can't see through unless you
Right.
want to be gator food.
Right.
You watch where you're stepping in the woods so you don't step on a snake that could turn and bite you, and then you're kind of in the middle of nowhere and you just got injected with a healthy dose of venom.
Yeah.
Not good. So you
Yeah.
mind your feet. I've almost stepped on a couple of snakes before, and let me tell you, that'll make the hair stand up on your head real quick when you're looking at his mouth
Right.
going like this at you. You're like, oh crap. You're mid step and you freeze.
For real. Like I tell you.
No, that's scary. Okay. But no, like I'm always spotting all these animals and stuff, and my kids, I'm not saying that we live out in the woods or whatever, we're just outside of city limits, but I mean, I live in a neighborhood,
Yeah.
I could throw a rock and hit my neighbor next to me, the neighbor next to them, and the neighbor next to them. That's how close the houses are here. So
I could throw a rock over those mountains.
It's like, it's not like I'm out in the boonies or whatever.
Right. No,
but
I get you.
my kids are like, there's no animals around here or whatever. I've seen foxes out here. I've seen coyotes. There's cats everywhere, but everybody's used to seeing all that kind of stuff. All kinds of birds of prey. There was one that flew over one time. Man, it put a big shadow on the ground, and I'm driving. Nobody's paying attention. I'm going, that's a big fucking bird.
Yeah.
And then they're looking, I'm going, you're looking in the wrong direction. Look up. And they look up and I go, oh my God, that's a big bird. Y'all ain't paying attention to your surroundings at all.
They're all on their phones.
To see stuff out in the woods, usually the most situations people find them in is, if there's a creature around you or whatever, they see you before you see it. But let me tell you, it's got to be one stealthy bastard for a zombie not to see it first too.
Right.
Just saying.
But anyway, I deal with the same thing because I've taken my kids on walks and stuff, and they're like just looking around. No. You need to be paying attention. Look down at your feet. They're like, "Oh, can we go for a walk?" They're in shorts, sandals. And it's just like, no. We don't go in the woods without like boots or tennis shoes at the very least, something on your feet. It's just
do you have the little red bugs up there where you are? I don't know what you call them. Chiggers? Yeah.
Those
are the worst.
And they're teeny.
I wouldn't know.
You can't even see them.
Yeah.
They're teeny?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll know if you get them, because anytime you try to take a bath, they will eat you alive trying to get out of you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's easy. Just don't take a bath then.
Oh,
no,
okay.
usually you do like the oatmeal baths and stuff to help soothe it.
I was gonna say I couldn't tell the difference because
there's an old remedy, I heard years ago that the match heads that the you could strike on just about anything or whatever, if you eat one of the match heads, the stuff, the red stuff on it, that it'll help. Yeah, like if that's in your system or whatever, like they won't get in you because they don't like that. So don't go munch on a box of matches or whatever. I'm not condoning that. I didn't say that.
I heard what you said.
Well, I mean, like, I just want a solution for mosquitoes because, good God,
they eat you alive.
They do.
Leave me alone.
Well, that's because they have a better choice of meat right here.
So I keep seeing this thing. I keep seeing this thing online about save your coffee grounds, and you can like dry them out and put them in a tin, and shape them in like a mound or whatever and light them to burn. And like they don't like, first of all, mosquitoes don't like smoke, but then they also don't like the smell of coffee. So the smell of burning coffee, like it sends them running.
I would still need like 17 of those in a circle around me in order to not get bit, because it's
not lying.
ridiculous. It's just
they go through the chair and then his clothes, and through the chair, the sweatshirt, the t-shirt, and then they finally get to him.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. They're bad down here too. We got mosquitoes like when they land to like the size of nickels, and they're like tiger stripes. Chiggers took out more Yankees than the Reds did.
I just find that so funny.
Here you go. I forgot what I was saying. I'm sorry.
When they land, the mosquitoes are huge.
Oh yeah. No,
and that's exactly why I don't want to go south. Like they're bad enough up here.
Like, no, seriously, like they're striped like tigers. It's like, what the hell where'd that come from?
Well, do they have numbers on their backs?
Right. I saw that. Did I send that to you?
No, ours wear trucker hats down here.
Well, I sent that to I think my mom and April, and they're like
genetically modified mosquitoes that inject.
Oh well, thank you. I know I am.
Whoa.
Oh, I don't know. I hate mosquitoes. That's the summation right there. Boom. All right, next movie.
Genetically modifying them to do what?
Oh, inject what, viruses or?
Yeah, it was it had the mosquito. They caught a mosquito and they showed that it had a number printed on it, and they were saying like, "Oh, this is because it's trying to inject you with some random vaccination or something weird like that." I'm just thinking like, first of all, that's outrageous, but second of all, I hate mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes can spread
all the more reason to kill them.
They don't need to be genetically modified. There's Zika and yellow fever and all that other shit that they can spread. So I mean, they don't need any kind of genetic modifying to kill you. Okay, I mean, this goes out there to the people that think birds aren't real. Okay, I know birds are real.
What? I never heard that.
Yeah, there's people that think like birds are like spy drones and robots, and their eyes are camera lenses, and it's a whole thing. Look it up; it's crazy.
Well, I don't doubt that there are some that it's possible and capable, but still.
And the reason why that they land on the power lines and don't get electrocuted is because that's how they recharge.
Oh yeah. Okay. We learned
Makes
about
perfect
that
sense.
in the 3rd grade.
I mean, hey, whatever. Some people believe in Bigfoot. Some people believe birds aren't real.
Hey,
I'll is real.
Whatever you can prove.
Well,
anyway,
while we're on the topic of bloodsuckers.
Exactly. Good segue. Speaking of bloodsuckers, Salem's Lot.
All right.
Or Jerusalem's Lot, if you're savvy.
Yeah. It was a pretty decent vampire movie.
So I'm glad that they didn't do. I'm glad that Stephen King, when he wrote this, didn't try to write any kind of like, oh, this is a myth. Everything that is like a myth, he didn't discredit any of the myths.
As far as like protection against the vampires and what to do to kill them and stuff.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So I appreciated that, like saying a Bible verse or something like that. They don't like it, so they get agitated, or if you touch one with the thing.
But only if your faith is strong.
Right.
Yeah, because
you have to have faith to back those things up.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I was glad that they didn't do that, and he didn't try to like twist it like with there was a vampire movie out there where it's like, oh, you can't see their reflection. That's because, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's been a vampire movie that's discredited different types of things like
that
garlic.
whole thing started with they can't see their reflection because mirrors originally were backed by silver,
right?
And now they're not. So there was a thing going around. What if a vampire that's lived for thousands of years sees itself finally in a modern day mirror because it's not back, it doesn't have a silver backing on it or whatever, and looks at themselves and goes, "Holy shit!"
Wow.
Well, I also liked the I also liked the fact that they could like almost mesmerize you into making you do what they wanted, and I thought that was cool.
Glamoring.
Yeah, glamour.
It's been called a lot of things.
It's been called
it's
whatever they called it in True Blood. I felt like that was fun. That was a okay.
These vampires definitely did not sparkle in sunlight.
Oh,
they fucking caught on fire.
Yeah.
There was a full-on vampire barbecue. So, I have not seen the original. I wanted to look that stuff up. That's totally a me thing. I researched it a little bit, but I didn't get to watch it. And that's why I know, about the one from the late 70s. I forget the year. And then the one from when I'm saying movies, actually, I think there were like a television series, but they condensed it. They put it all together to make a movie out of both previous versions, the one from the late 70s and the 2004 one with Rob Lowe. It was like a two-part. That one was a two-part, like hour and a half. They put it together. It's 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how they did the original It. It was a television series, and then you can find it now to where it's all together. Like you don't have to, wait for the
Salem's Lot 1979 miniseries.
Yeah, that's it.
And then there's
I like how it was just some random ass vampire, just calling him, his name was Barlow or whatever. Like, who the fuck is Barlow?
Yeah.
He was scary looking. He had a cool look to him,
Yeah, he did.
It was that,
I love that
Nosferatu kind of,
exactly.
The bald head and the pale skin and the
long fingers.
Long fingers, the blood-stained lower mouth, which I have an issue with. Okay, the vampires out there. I don't. It's all shock and gore and everything. That's your food. Stop wasting your food. You're getting it everywhere. Right. You're slinging it all over. Are you a toddler or are you like a creature?
Well, the people did not want to be eaten or sucked on.
Well,
they've been glamored. Don't give me that shit, okay? They're not struggling no more.
Yeah, okay. So what
So okay, so David Soul and James Mason. So let's see. That is.
So is that the one from 79 that you're referencing there, Grey Wolf?
I believe so.
But yeah, no, in all of the vampire movies, everywhere, shows, whatever, they go in for the kill, for their dinner or whatever. Yeah. 1979, he says. They get the blood everywhere. It's like, okay, I'm going to eat soup. I'm not going to wear it. It's not going to be all over me.
Right.
But I don't know. I guess
something I desperately try not to.
I'm using the spoon, so whatever.
Yeah. 1979. Yeah. That's one I definitely wanted to go back and look up. Because I did think this movie was good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm when I have more time So it's probably not going to be in October, but when I do have more time, I am going to search those out and watch the other ones.
Yeah. I haven't found a Rob Lowe one, though.
It's 2004.
2004.
Yeah.
Salem's Lot.
And somewhere along the way, I don't know if it was a book or something, but there was something else. It was like a prequel.
This had Donald Sutherland in it. Oh my gosh!
Told you.
This had.
But no. Go ahead.
This is Andre Brower. Who is the captain from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh. All right. I know what we're watching tonight.
Yeah, so that looks interesting. And I mean, I recognize Rutger Hauer as Kurt Barlow. Yeah. I dig it. So it says 2004 subtitled, and it's one season.
Yeah, it's listed kind of weird. I don't know. I like I said, I only just kind of looked it up like a couple of hours before our show tonight.
Yeah. Adapted from Salem's Lot, Network TNT.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing a. That's the cast credits. Let's see. Where can I watch the miniseries? Prime Video. Looks like the only place where you can watch it.
You have to rent it or buy it.
Yeah. Huh. Well,
Wonder
anyway.
if the library has it.
Right.
There's library other means, you know. I mean, if you're gonna buy it, you might as well just. I mean, Amazon's got everything. But no, let's talk about little Billy Badass Mini Blade. All right,
dude.
Yeah.
That kid was kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, when he's introduced. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said, especially after losing both of his parents. That didn't slow him down at all. That
kid
was
a
strong
badass before he lost his parents.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The loss of his parents didn't slow him down.
Oh, now this is interesting.
I was reading that. Put that on the screen.
The vampires in the Renfield trilogy can be killed with silver bullets. The main vampire also turns into a wolf. That is interesting.
Looks like it's on YouTube.
You're talking about not the recent Renfield movie with Nick Cage. You're talking about a trilogy of movies. That's interesting. I've never heard that.
Yeah, this kid, he his graphic novel trilogy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That makes sense.
No, this kid though, shit. That one bully thought he was going to be an easy target, and
no,
he was the one to say.
He lays him out.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. That's the way to do it.
And see, that's the thing that you're not going to be able to find these days. Like, you're not going to find a parent or a teacher that's going to be like, oh, well, hey, when someone says uncle, you let them up. There's no one going to be that cool to just allow that. They'll be breaking them up, and both of them will get suspended or kicked out, and it's just like,
oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
70s were cool.
It was
Why is
definitely
that, do you say?
much looser.
Right.
Yeah, but no, that kid, he knew what needed to be done, and he was like the first one on it. It's like, nope, they're vampires. We got to take them out. It was like the adults had a harder time believing it all,
Right.
And he's like, no, really, I'm going to go kill this guy. Come on.
All right, so this is book one of his graphic novel trilogy. So if you're
Okay.
seeing this in on YouTube or something, click that link, go check it out. This sounds really cool, so I'll definitely be checking that out.
Yeah, for sure.
What else did you want to say about the movie?
No, I liked it. I liked
Yeah.
it. I liked it better than I thought I would. And we got a cool vampire movie in on our Halloween horror movie month.
Yeah, dude, it was cool because I don't know, I really liked it. Like you said, I really liked the vampire look, and I can see how in previous adaptations might have been like kind of really freaky. So yeah, I can picture that. I get it. So I'm digging it.
Man, the one scene though where they're at the drive-in and Barlow's standing up there with the projector behind him, and he's
Yeah.
just kind of standing there, just like straight as a board with the glowing eyes and the light behind him. I'm like, oh, that's a good shot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Or like at pretty much any glowing eyes scene, I thought they did really well. And like, he's just like, oh yeah, I just remember glowing eyes, and then he freaks out, and it's just like, yeah, I thought that was really cool. I really dug it.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see that. We need to pick out movies for this week, so let's get to the ratings. Zombie, what do you think? What's your rating?
I'm gonna go a little higher with this one because I did enjoy it. I'll give it a 4.
All right. Pumira?
4.5.
All right. And I will I'll go with a 4 as well, because I did really enjoy this version. So yeah. I dug it.
It made me want to go and find the older ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because I mean, have a comparison.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like to see which one's better. No, like I want to see, like, I want to watch all of it. And it makes me want to pick up the book and read, because I haven't unfortunately read the book. I know that's something Derry has read, but I haven't read that one yet.
When he comes back, we're gonna have to corner him and tell him, hey, look, tell us like the parallels and the differences here from the book and the new version or whatever,
Right.
or we've seen all of them, because we don't know. Unfortunately, he couldn't join us tonight, because it's a side quest.
Yeah,
but we understand that. So we miss you, Derry. Hopefully, you can come back soon.
Yep. All right, so let's get on to the picking of the next movie. Let's see. I'm going to remove this. Stop screen.
So I have a few.
Okay.
You got any?
I'm sure I can look up in my book.
Okay. So
but
I
wanted to pick something that you can definitely watch for free, since we've done the last couple weeks with premium service.
Right. But the which was what I was going to get into here was my original pick. You can find it on Max. Is the Trick or Treat?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we just saw that.
Yeah. Oh, did you already watch it?
No, we haven't watched it yet.
We saw it and suggested.
Yeah. So it's a collection of short stories, and they're all kind of intertwined in some way or another. Either through they share a character, or one of the characters kind of brushes into a character from the previous story or a future story in the movie or whatever. And it's got the little character Sam in it. Looks like a little kid with the burlap sack on his head.
Yeah.
So that is on Max, and I figured, hey, it's Halloween. We're gonna trick or treat obvious Halloween movie in there if we want. But then I also got to thinking, okay, so we did vampires this week. What about werewolves? So I looked on Tubi, and I have seen this one. It's called Bad Moon.
Okay.
And I think it's got probably one of the best looking werewolves in, out of all the werewolf movies that are out there that do it right and do it wrong. This one definitely had a good look. The transformation sequence, like the big reveal transformations, a little bit odd with the CGI, with the forced I don't know, things going on with the face. That part's a little bit strange. I always have an issue whenever they show the transformations with werewolves, where they're getting that dog leg thing, but like it breaks their leg to create it or whatever. It's like, no, that's not how anatomy works. Everything is already there. It's just stretched out and elongated on dogs. We have the same type of joints on us. It's just, it's funky that way. And it always bothers me whenever I see that in movies. And this one doesn't do that. So I was like, okay, that's a plus in my book. Another werewolf movie is called crap. I forgot what it was. Howl or something like that. I liked the werewolves on Dark Shadows in the 60s. Okay, yeah. I've seen a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot though. These werewolves are more like full on like wolf type of, not wolf man, but more along the lines of like the modern day werewolf, where it's an upright wolf shaped like a man. But this next one, I'm gonna have to try and pull it up real quick. But I watched it because it caught my interest, and it's these people that are traveling on a train, and it's middle of nowhere, out in the woods. End up, I think, hitting something or whatever, and there's werewolves out in the woods, basically. No, not the howling.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to look this up real quick if my Tubi will pull up. I looked at it right before the show started, and my head's kind of foggy, so I can't remember the actual title. But it was
just wanted to toss this out there. Terrifier the short is on Tubi now.
Right. No, it's been on Tubi for a while. That's also
they did the short, which this was new that just came up.
It's been on my list for months.
Wow, it just came up for me.
But that short, that's the same one that's in All Hallows Eve,
right?
The first All Hallows Eve. So if you've seen All Hallows Eve, you've seen that short.
I haven't seen it yet.
The only thing different is if you watch that short, you get to see it twice, because the second time is with director commentary. So they go through, oh, this is how we did this, and all that kind of stuff. All right, give me just a minute. It's pulling up. But no, like I said, this happens on train. So the first thing that popped into my head was, what if Samuel L. Jackson is in this? And he goes, I'm tired of these motherfucking werewolves on this motherfucking train.
That would have been awesome.
I had to.
Dude,
it's called Howl. It is called Howl.
Okay.
It was 2014. So you're probably thinking, how ridiculous is that concept? There's a werewolf on a train. Couldn't they just get off the train? They stop the train. Just get off the train and leave. No, you can't. There's a reason, and I'm not going to tell you in case you want to go and watch this movie. But it features something that we saw in Salem's Lot this past week with glowing eyes, which I thought was like, ooh, hey, I've seen this.
Yeah.
So it kind of has that kind of a feature for these wolves. And in this movie, it's a little bit different take on the werewolf. There's still like the whole transformation kind of thing. But I thought it was an interesting concept on the take on the werewolf. So those are my suggestions. You can kind of figure out where you want to go with that. We can either do Trick or Treat, or we can go full on werewolf. There's Howl, or the first one I suggested, which is called Bad Moon. And that one was, let me scroll real quick. It's in here. Bad Moon is 1996.
Let's see. I'm surprised Disney hasn't re-swapped Abe Lincoln starring Samuel L. Jackson. I could see it now. 7 effing years ago.
Oh boy.
That would be funny.
Okay.
So this is the Trick or Treat you're talking about, yeah?
Yeah, that's Trick or Treat. Yeah.
Okay. And stop screen. And then
are you going to look them up? Because I'm trying to scroll through this and get off of here. I don't want something to start auto playing.
And then Howl. Or what was the other movie you suggested?
So Bad Moon.
Bad Moon.
Bad Moon.
Or Howl. Let me get out of here.
I don't know. What do you guys want to go with?
Howl and Trick or Treat.
All right.
Okay.
Howl.
The train
it is 2015 one, right?
Didn't it? Like, how is that going to work?
Right.
Because I did the same thing. I'm like, what? They're on a train? What the fuck are you talking about?
What could happen on a train? Well, we're about to find out.
I mean, we had snakes on a plane. So
Yeah.
We got werewolves on a train. Yeah,
we should probably watch that at some point.
What does it say? When passengers on a train are attacked by a creature, they must band together in order to survive until morning. When passengers on the train are attacked by ... Can't read the rest.
In it.
Interesting. All right. Trick or Treat.
Well, the other movie, Bad Moon, if you just want like a fun, like almost traditional type of werewolf kind of story, give that one a view too. If you want to pick up like an extra movie or something, it's worth a watch. It was. I found it interesting.
There's next week.
Okay. Speaking of,
is there?
There's 2 more weeks.
Speaking of the final day.
No. Yeah, now because this is where we're getting into right now. Actually, next Friday is kind of our finale of our picks. Dustin, why don't you explain a little bit more?
All right. So
really?
we're at the end of the month. So next Friday we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll say.
Wow. Okay.
I say, boy. I say, spit it out, would you?
So I'll say, I don't know. Maybe. What do you think? Maybe 3 o'clock on the 20. No, on the 24th. Is the cutoff for your votes for the movie. Do I have that? Do I have that in here? No, I don't. All right. So we have several more days before the cutoff of the vote for us to watch movie. I'm compiling a list and we're going to then sit down and talk. We're going to pick 2 of them on the 25th to watch for the following week on Day of the Dead.
Gotcha.
So we're in the final hours of our picks, and on the 25th.
So I'm getting on my calendar that the Day of the Dead is actually on the 2nd, which is kind of throwing me because it's always been the day after Halloween.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to be doing it November 1st. So whichever
November 1st.
We're gonna discuss your picks. We're gonna go through them, see what's up, see what we can.
Yeah, so we're gonna go through each one, and it's gonna be a different kind of an episode. So we're going to talk. We're gonna say probably dedicate half of the show to the picks of the movie, and then we'll wrap it up and finish for the day. Okay, for November 1st. That's what we're coming down to.
Yeah, we'll go through your suggestions on the next show after we discuss these other movies that we just picked.
Yeah.
Make that choice from your suggestions.
Yep.
And we'll go from there.
Yes, we will. And so yeah, appreciate you voting for your scary movie that you want us to watch. So we will.
I'm probably going to watch them all because I'm just that way.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like you take a list of things that people say, and you're like, okay, and then you work from that list, and you're like, all right, cross that one off. Oh, cross that one off. You know,
be down with that.
Yeah.
So, yep, that's what we're doing. But c'est la vie, trick or treat, and Halloween howl for next week.
Yes.
Anything else? Any other last thoughts?
Come back and watch this Monday.
Right. Okay. So speaking of which, I do have maybe where to go. I have to scroll forever. Come back and we're going to be talking about It's Frickin' Figures, and we're going to be highlighting Omega level toys and comics and all that good stuff. And we're working on getting him on, the owner of we're working on getting him on a future episode. It's just not going to be this Monday.
I'm going to show you where you can find this guy and buy him if you want him, because he's cool.
Yeah, he is. I have him sitting up here. I haven't opened him yet.
You have him?
Yeah.
All right.
I think
you do.
I'm pretty sure I do. But anyway.
Cool.
Stay lovey. All right. I'm going to play us out. So join us on Monday. Stay tuned. In a half hour, we're gonna do Freewheeling Fridays with Pops, and so come back Monday, stick around, and then come back Monday for our show, and we're gonna have a good time. So I will play us out if I can find it. I'm so bad at this. All right. Until next time, Thunder Nerds ho!
gets lowered. That's when they all take over. At night, the fighting begins. There's no telling which side will win. Some good, some bad, some crazy, some rad. Commandos and bandits, they both just gotta have it. 9 to 5 warriors. They're your 9 to 5 warriors. Custard, it's always mischief. Eraser may try to fix it. It's mayhem in an all-hits mosh pit. These are your 9 to 5 warriors. Gentle electricity, brought to molten life, you see. This is how they came to be, brought to this reality. It happens every day from 9 to 5.